What's up, my peoples? We are back once again, baby. Episode 3, Not Your Average Wrestling Podcast, hosted by your boy, the Wildcat, J. Troy. And what a week in WWE, man. We got a lot of stuff to get into. We got Fastlane is here this Sunday. But before we get into Fastlane talk, we're going to address the breaking news. I have to report about King Kong Bundy and everything. So we have a lot of stuff to get into. Monday Night Raw, the Hall of Fame, SmackDown, all that stuff. So let's start off with, before we get into anything, I want to extend my condolences to the family of King Kong Bundy. This man defined larger than life. Like he was one of my favorite big men. That dude was legit scary, man. Way back in the 80s, he had that famous cage match with Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 2, I do believe, for the WWE title. And it's just like when you see a dude like King Kong Bundy, that is what a wrestler should look like. A larger than life figure. Somebody that you wouldn't want to catch in a dark alley. That is King Kong Bundy, man. And it's just like, it's just sad that these legends that we just grew up watching and just these larger than life figures, though the very few ones that we got left, they're just dropping, man. We lost Mean Gene not too long ago, and now we lost King Kong Bundy. Now, as far as his death, we still don't know the cause of death, but it's just a shame that we just lost King Kong Bundy. He passed away at the age of 61, and like I said before, I will extend my condolences to King Kong Bundy's family, and man, rest in peace, big man. There will be no other King Kong Bundy. Now, we're going to switch over to Tommaso Ciampa. There's your NXT champion. We got some bad news for Tommaso Ciampa fans. He will be having neck surgery. So that means he'll be out for about a year plus. And what that means is he's going to have to give up the NXT championship. And it's crazy because Tommaso Ciampa was hitting his stride, man. He was just killing it, and he just a badass heel, man. And he was just doing his thing. Him and Gargano were supposed to fight each other at NXT TakeOver New York around WrestleMania weekend, and Gargano was supposed to win, actually. Now, originally it was supposed to be because Ciampa, he's been hurting. His neck has been hurting him for a while. And he wanted to push through until the match at TakeOver, and I'm guessing he was going to drop the title at Gargano. She was going to drop the title to Gargano at the show, and that's when he was going to have his surgery. But the injury has gotten serious, and now it's like he had to take the surgery now. So it's a shame that Tommaso Ciampa, God damn, he's going to be out for like a year plus. Hopefully this man comes back. Hopefully he's not a shell of himself. Now, usually when people have neck surgeries, it's just that they don't come back the same. But hopefully a guy like Tommaso Ciampa, somebody that's just so good in that ring, hopefully that this surgery does not affect him too much when he gets back. And I wish you a speedy recovery, Tommaso Ciampa. And hopefully when he comes back, WWE uses the man correctly. Torrie Wilson is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Congratulations to Torrie Wilson. You know what? I'm not going to be one of those wrestling fans that's going to be upset about this, bash Torrie Wilson, say Torrie Wilson didn't do this. She didn't really have classic matches, but Torrie Wilson was a part of memorable moments. Okay, she was a part of some great storylines, and I feel like she did pay her dues in this business, coming from WCW, being on the road with WWE for God knows how long. She's been, I do believe she pulled about a decade in the business. Torrie Wilson, so she paid her dues. No, this isn't the somebody like a China or something, like I said it on the first podcast, that should has a solo introduction. But when you realize WWE has to start spreading out the bigger names, okay? They can't keep hitting us with these big names back to back each year, because they're gonna run out. So if the female inductee this year is Torrie Wilson, I guess I can deal with that. This woman has paid dues, and yes, she has done a lot of things within the WWE, and she still kicks ass on her Instagram. She's still doing her thing. On her Instagram, she's always constantly doing workout videos. This woman is in a better shape now than she was when she was fighting. So she is a role model. She is a fitness guru, and she is still inspiring people to this day. So people who's hating on Torrie Wilson, you need to stop, because this woman definitely inside the ring and outside the ring has definitely been a trailblazer for the women. Okay, she's been one of those people. That's just my opinion. You don't have to necessarily agree, but you have to deal with the fact that Torrie Wilson is getting inducted into the 2019 Hall of Fame this year during WrestleMania weekend. And I would like to say congratulations once again to Torrie Wilson. You deserve it. Now, Monday Night Raw. It was a solid show. I guess we had a great, memorable ending. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later, but I have a question, and you can pretty much answer this to yourself. Do you think the Shield reunion was rushed? Because it felt a little rushed, and yes, they probably rushed it because Fastlane is this Sunday, so they had to speed up everything with getting the Shield back together. Because it was just last week, Roman Reigns was just like, yeah, I'm back and everything, the big dog and everything. They did tease it a little bit. But then this week he comes out and his main priority right now is getting the Shield back together. And I see what they tried to do throughout the night. They was building it up. Dean Ambrose had a match with Elias, which he lost fairly clean. I mean, like, Dean Ambrose lost like pretty clean. Like, he looked like jobber-ish out there to Elias. Like, Elias didn't really do too much to beat Dean Ambrose, but I guess that just goes into the story saying that Dean Ambrose wasn't the same without the Shield. So I guess I see what they was trying to do there, but as far as this reunion, it seemed rushed. Throughout the night, I see what they tried to do. They tried to hype it up throughout the night, culminating to the Elias and Dean Ambrose match. So we had Roman Reigns come out. He calls out Seth Rollins. He was basically saying, yeah, I want the band to get back together one last time, because Dean Ambrose, he's making headlines. We don't know what he's going to do, what exactly is he's going to leave the company. And it's looking like now that he is going to be still leaving the company, I still think that this is somewhat a work. I do think Dean Ambrose is staying, but I can be wrong. But that's here nor there. I'm just going to go off of what is reported now. And what is reported now is that Dean Ambrose is still leaving the company. Okay. So throughout the night, Dean Ambrose, he came out to the stage because they called him out, and then he gets hit with the guitar by Elias. So that sets up between the match between Elias and Dean Ambrose late in the night. And I said Elias pinned Dean Ambrose fairly clean. But before the match, you had Roman Reigns come to Dean Ambrose. Yeah, Seth Rollins trying to convince him, and Dean Ambrose was like, he didn't want to hear it. He's just all about, just focusing on his match. So after the match with Dean, losing to Elias, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins come back out there. Then Dean leaves, and then out walks Baron Corbin, the greatest GM of all time. Elias, no, it wasn't Elias. It was Bobby Lashley and Drew and Baron Corbin. That's the three. They came out, talked trash, and they got in the ring. So Dean Ambrose, I like what they was doing here. Dean Ambrose was like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I not do it? And they kept cutting back and forth to Dean. And then eventually he ran down there and the Shield is back together. But, I'm always a fan of the Shield. I love the Shield, but it just seemed like the reunion was a little bit rushed. Now, they probably just did it because of timing, because Fastlane is this Sunday and they wanted to get a good marquee match for the pay-per-view, because I don't think they really got too many big matches out there, but this is like one of the matches that's going to help sell tickets, because I highly doubt that the Fastlane is sold out. But yeah, so the Shield reunion, I do think it was a little rushed, but probably because of timing is the reason why they did it so rushed, and like they didn't spread it out as much. Yeah, but I'm a fan of the Shield, and I'll get to the predictions of that match later in the show. We're going to move into what are they doing with Baron... No, I see what they're doing with Baron Corbin. What are they doing with Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Kurt Angle? Braun Strowman, first off, This guy was on top of the world last year. He was on top of the world. All this momentum left and right, having great matches with, with Roman Reigns and everything. People was thinking he was going to be Universal Champion. Well, he should have been Universal Champion. He was built as this monster and everything. But ever since he lost to Brock Lesnar and got destroyed by Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel, Braun Strowman has been a shell of a monster. He's been a shell. I don't know what they got planned for this man come WrestleMania time, but all I know come shake-up time, shake things up and put him on SmackDown. I would love to see what Braun Strowman can do in a different environment, going over to SmackDown. I would love to see that because Monday Night Raw, he's just getting lost in the shuffle. They don't really got any plans for Braun Strowman. They don't got any plans for him. He should be going over to SmackDown when this shakeup happens. Put him in a different environment. Have him fight for that WWE title. I think him and a Daniel Bryan rivalry would be interesting. But hopefully around that time we have another WWE champion whose name is Kofi Kingston. But let's just say hypothetically Daniel Bryan retained. Daniel Bryan versus Braun Strowman. I could see that being a little entertaining. With Rowan there, that could be entertaining. Sign me up for that. Finn Balor. Finn Balor's your Intercontinental Champion. I said on the previous show what I wanted to see at WrestleMania. I want to see Finn Balor versus Ricochet for the Intercontinental Championship. I want to see that match. That match is everything, man. Like, I already know that is a top-notch 4 to 5 star quality match. Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. Those two will definitely deliver. I just want to straight up one-on-one. Finn Balor, Ricochet. Who's the better man for the Intercontinental Championship? I need that match to happen. But at the Fastlane, they need to, start turning things up as far as the plans with the Intercontinental Championship and not the multi-man ladder match that they do with the Intercontinental Championship. I do have an idea for the ladder match, but not for this title. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was also a part of this 6-man that it was Finn Balor, Kurt Angle, and Braun Strowman versus Drew, Bobby, and Baron. Now, they ended up losing, the three of them, Braun, Finn, and Kurt. But, it's just weird. Like, you bring back Kurt Angle a couple years ago, and it's just like, you figured, like, they would have some big plans for him, Kurt Angle would be, putting over people, but in meaningful feuds, him winning a championship or two, and he's just not an average guy. Kurt Angle right now is just an average guy. I don't want to say he's upper mid-card. He's mid-card. I'm not going to forget that this man, Kurt Angle, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, they had him lose to Baron Corbin off of a deep 6. And it wasn't a pretty strong-looking deep 6. It was one of the weak deep 6s I ever saw. And Baron Corbin, that's my guy, but that was a pretty weak deep 6 that he did. But it's just I don't know what they're doing with that as far as Kurt Angle. But I do hear that WrestleMania he's probably gonna have like his last match during then. I don't know who is he gonna fight. Maybe I think Jason Jordan's out, but I don't know who would he fight for, like, to have his last retirement match. Like, I don't know. Maybe I gotta think about that. Maybe on the next show I have an idea for a Kurt Angle retirement match. You know what? So give me a week. And I will come up with maybe like a couple opponents who can fight Kurt Angle in his last match. So give me a week on that. We have Heavy Machinery, right? So Heavy Machinery is backstage, I think Charlie Caruso, oh my God, that lady's hot. But anyway, she's interviewing Heavy Machinery, and it's just like they hear that all the jobber tag teams, I do that with air quotes, because some of these people are some talented individuals like Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, and who else? It was the Ascension. I'm not really a big Ascension guy. And who was the other team? It was, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. It was the Major Brothers, the Ascension, and oh my God, I don't even remember. On the B team. That's why that's why I forgot, because they're laughable. I never really was a fan of the B team, but they had this gauntlet match because it seems like they was making fun of Otis, And it seems like Heavy Machinery are the comics, the comedic acts now of the show. They're our version of the Bushwhackers. All right. They even pay tribute to the Bushwhackers. But they had this gauntlet match and they run through all the jobber tag teams. And you have a guy like Zack Ryder out there. Somebody like Zack Ryder I feel like he should have been upper mid card by now. I don't want to say like push him main event. I mean, like I think he could carry himself, but to have Zack Ryder as a decent upper mid card guy would be fine with me. That he's talented. Even Randy Orton even considered him an elite athlete. It's just like you waste a guy like Zack Ryder. I don't know what they're doing with Kurt Hawkins. You know what? The more and more I think about these teams, pretty sad. You know, you had the B team, United. Yeah, forget that. But anyway, the highlight of this whole entire thing was Otis doing the caterpillar at the end of this match. And him doing that caterpillar, I'm still trying to figure out how he gets his big body to move like that. It's just so funny to me. But Otis is the highlight of this thing. And speaking of this tag team division, which is sad, you know, we have Ricochet and Aleister Black, who should not be a tag team. Okay, but they're a tag team now. They're fighting the Revival for the tag team titles. In the back of my mind, I'm just like, please do not let the Revival lose these championships because they just got it. And it's just like, don't take it off of them now because they haven't really got a chance to do anything with it. Have at least one memorable feud with it. But they didn't. They had Bobby Roode and Chad Gable come out, which I'm still trying to figure out to this day, why is Bobby Roode and Chad Gable even a thing? And it looked like they was playing heel-esque in there. I don't want to label them a full-blown heel. I'm going to say they're tweeners now. They're tweeners. They're in between. So they basically called the disqualification in the match, leaving the Revival still the tag team champions. And this is going to lead between a match between those three teams at Fastlane. And I'm just thinking, like, what the heck did Ricochet and Aleister Black do to deserve the titles? I need them to lose this match only because I need Ricochet to fight Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title. And Aleister Black, I'm not sure. I don't have any plans for him yet as of now, but they shouldn't have called him up. They shouldn't have called Aleister Black up. I would have called him up after WrestleMania. There was no reason because they don't got no plans for him. The best person, I said it from the beginning, the best person to have plans for, if you wanted to call somebody up, was Ricochet. So we could get that IC title match. I need them to lose this match at Fastlane, but I'll get to my real prediction when we get to Fastlane predictions. But it's, that was just weird. It's just that this Raw tag team division, actually the overall tag team divisions, both Raw and SmackDown, is just so weird. It's just, SmackDown's is a little bit better, but Raw's is just so weak. It's just so weak, and just everybody just look like jokes. It's just no. These divisions, this Raw division is just pathetic, man. It's pathetic. But they got a guy like Zack Ryder out there playing fiddle with that. And speaking of no plans, what are they gonna do with Lacey Evans, the Southern Lady? What is she gonna do? When is she gonna fight? And she needs to be training. Hopefully she's still training, because the last time I saw her in that Royal Rumble, she was green as hell. Okay, kip up, landed flat on her butt. I'll never forget that. That was the only. I will keep saying that every episode because that's the last image I've seen of Lacey Evans when she was wrestling on the main roster. She needs to get something going. She needs to, if they're gonna do something with Asuka, it better start at Fastlane. It better do something. They better have her come out. Better have her attack Asuka or something. Because her walking in and out, both on Raw and SmackDown, like, no, man, it's over. It's played out. Like, get her doing something. She needs to be doing something. Why call these NXT people up? EC3. This dude was big stuff in Impact. Even on the Indies, I've seen him a couple times. I met the man. You have a talented guy like EC3 who was killing it before he got to WWE, got back to WWE. And it's just like you finally get a guy like EC3 and just you have him in a backstage segment spraying himself? Really? That's the best thing you got for EC3? EC3, Ethan Carter III. Like, what? They called these people up and they have no plans for them, man. Or they just gonna plan? Oh, no. You know what? I got the big plan. They called all these people up just to put them in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania. I got it. That was the big plan. Just to dump them in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So, I don't know. Lacey Evans, they need to do something with her. Man. One of the highlights of the night was Triple H's promo with Batista. And he was just talking about, what he did last week with the whole Ric Flair thing. It was just, it was just uncalled for. All he does, I'm trying to avoid cursing, but all he does is, bitch all the time, and he can quit. So what he had to do, he had to attack a 70-year-old man in Ric Flair to get his attention. And I love what Triple H did because he made this personal. He was like, I don't care, Dave. I will fight you in the street. I will come to your house. You can come to my house. I will fight anywhere. And it's just like, you know what? He's ready. Triple H is ready to throw bows with Batista. And this is going to be one of the rivalries that I'm really going to get into come WrestleMania time at the Fastlane, because it involves one of the larger than life figures, the Triple H's and Batistas, these type of dudes. It feels like WrestleMania when you have people like that clashing, fighting each other, and now it's personal? Sign me up for this. I'm all for this Batista comeback. And, Batista has said he's willing to put over Triple H. Now, Triple H might get his win back. He's never has beaten Batista one-on-one. So, Triple H just might get his win back and avenging Ric Flair's, the Ric Flair beatdown. So, next week, they're going to have a face-off, and this should be interesting. Hopefully, Batista does show up and not show up via Instagram like he did on this one. And so, hopefully, we have a good epic face-off, because at the Fastlane, it's WrestleMania time. We got to kick it into high gear. Every week has to get us more hype for WrestleMania. It has to get us more and more into WrestleMania, wanting us to sit through WrestleMania for 7 hours, because I do believe WrestleMania is going to start at 5, and it's probably going to end around 12 again like it did last year. So we'll see what happens with that, but epic promo. Triple H still knows how to cut badass promos to this day, man. And you can tell he's the last of a dying breed, man. Triple H, man, you the man. And it's gonna be a damn shame when you're not around and you don't have those people that make the storylines real and personal. We don't have too many people like that anymore. The Triple H's, the Batistas, those are the last of a dying breed. We don't have those. So cherish those people. I cherish Triple H every time he's out there killing the game. No pun intended. But he's definitely one of the greatest of all time, man. And I'm definitely going to be looking forward to this match come WrestleMania time between him and Batista. The highlight of this entire show, Becky Lynch, Stephanie McMahon, and Charlotte Flair. So originally, Stephanie, she has the women's championship. And she said, Ronda Rousey, she vacated the title, so I'm going to do what's best for business. I'm going to lift the suspension of Becky Lynch, and we're going to have these two fight each other at Fastlane for the women's championship, for the Raw Women's Championship. So, okay, so we have the segment. So, before this match could get okay, she had Becky Lynch sign this whole harmless agreement, whatever it's called, and it's basically like, I can't sue WWE if I get hurt. So, okay. She's about to sign it. We're about to get the match, official and everything. And next thing you know, we cut to the parking lot, and here comes Ronda Rousey with her shoulders. Ronda Rousey and her shoulders. This was my favorite moment of the entire night, because everybody who knows me knows how much I love Ronda Rousey when she walks with them shoulders moving. Because when she walks with the shoulders moving, she is all business, baby. She is all business. Ronda Rousey, and you best believe she was all business. So she comes down and she's like, Stephanie, I didn't vacate the title. I just did that so you can so you can get Becky Lynch into the match or whatever, right? So she gets the title. And Ronda Rousey turns heel. And she was like, I'm tired of being a clown. doing whatever. Damn the man, screw the woo, and no more Mrs. Nice, whatever. She kicks Charlotte and beats the holy hell out of Becky Lynch. I'm a Becky Lynch fan. I'm rooting for Becky Lynch come WrestleMania time. I hope she does win the championship. But god damn, this was a beatdown for the ages. And it looked real. It looked real. She got a couple stiff shots in there. And what Ronda Rousey said was right. If I even sneeze in their direction, I could pretty much break their nose. That's paraphrasing what she said. That wasn't exactly, but yeah. And she showed it. She, at any moment, like, she literally just handled Becky Lynch and Charlotte to the point that Charlotte was just like, no, I'm not even going to try and deal with this. I'm going to let you rock out. I'm going to let you beat up Becky. And then there you go. You have Becky Lynch just getting tossed around and just getting mauled by Ronda Rousey, and it just looked real out there, man. It just looked great. And this is the Ronda Rousey that we needed to see. This is the Ronda Rousey that should have been there from the very beginning. Heel Ronda Rousey. Because Ronda Rousey, when she was in, I was about to say NXT. When she was in the UFC, she was that, what they call, polarizing figure. A lot of people loved her. A lot of people hated her. But she had this cocky attitude where it's just like, yeah, I could snap your arm. I won't shake your hand. And I could beat you in seconds. That's the Ronda Rousey that needed to be here from the beginning. Not having 15-minute matches with Natty and Ruby Riott. She needed to be having matches that ended in seconds. There's no way she should have went 10 plus minutes with Nikki Bella. Are you serious? Is that believable? In a real fight, Nikki Bella can take Ronda Rousey to the limit? Are you serious? No. This is the Ronda Rousey that should have been there from the very beginning, and I'm glad we're getting it now because more than ever we need it, because this is WrestleMania season and we need to care. We need to give a damn about this match, which that's looking like it's going to be the main event of WrestleMania. We need to care about it more. Now, with Ronda Rousey turning heel, this adds another dynamic to it. This makes us want to invest into this match and want to see it as the main event because it's more storyline, not the cookie cutter Ronda Rousey. Hey, I'm glad to be here and fight for your dreams. And maybe in your dreams, a fight for you. Actually, that was Daniel Bryan. But you get the point. You get the point. This is the best Ronda Rousey. And she definitely looks strong. And I just love this. I just love this. So SmackDown Live. Oh yeah, believe it or not, I'm starting this thing every week, Superstar of the Week. So the Superstar of the Week this week is Ronda Rousey. I think she definitely did deliver, definitely changed the whole dynamic in her character, and she definitely delivered. And the whole new attitude, this labels her the Superstar of the Week for me. So SmackDown Live. You have Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens. Now, early in the night, they had a little promo battle back and forth, which I thought was good. I was very entertained with the jokes that KO was giving and Daniel Bryan, saying that Kevin Owens is just like each and every one of you, y'all eat whatever, and just basically bashing KO. And it's just, I liked it. I mean, I like the quick exchange, and, I like Kevin Owens using the stunner too, man. I'll get to that. I'll get to that a little bit later, but, yeah, that was just a random thought in my head. But yeah, it's I liked it. He did try to get that stunner on Daniel Bryan, but Rowan ended up getting the best of Kevin Owens and laying him out. So that led to the match later in the night, which didn't really get off the ground. Okay, it pretty much ended very quickly, and it was a beatdown. I think they was running short on time. That's why they called the disqualification early, because they had to get to the Becky Lynch and Charlotte segment later in the night. I mean, that next segment, like right before the show went off. So they had to speed up this, and they caused a beatdown. And, Kevin Owens is getting jumped by both Rowan and Daniel Bryan. And then we get the longer-awaited return of Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali makes his return, and it's just, so he's back. Yeah, Mustafa Ali's back. I guess it's good to be back. It's good for him to be back, but Kofi Kingston took his spot. Like, Mustafa Ali has to reintroduce himself back to the crowd, in my opinion. Like, Kofi Kingston literally took his spot. So it's just like, I don't know what plans they got for him. Maybe in a ladder match of some sort, or the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania. But we shall see. But Mustafa is back from his injury, and him and Kevin Owens fought off both Daniel Bryan and Rowan. I do believe Kevin Owens hit a stunner on Daniel Bryan. So yeah, it was good to see. Like I said before, I just like Kevin Owens using that stunner, man. And it's effective. It's taking people out. It reminds me of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I love it. I'm all for it. So I want to talk about the bar. You know, we have Sheamus and Cesaro, and I said this on my previous podcast, saying that these two individuals, right? Sheamus, multi-time world champion, both WWE and World Heavyweight Championship, U.S. champion, tag team champion, king of the ring, Royal Rumble winner. He's done almost everything he has done it, except for hold the IC title. You have a guy like Cesaro, you know, multi-time tag team champion, won the United States Championship, one of the best wrestlers today, and you have them job every week. Now, yes, they win against Aleister Black and Ricochet, who should not be a tag team, and then you cannot make them lose. So it's just like you put them in a bad predicament because WWE, you know what? No, you know what? WWE put themselves in a bad predicament because they put four guys in a match that should not be together. The bar should be either by themselves, like split them up, or put them in matches where they're winning, okay? Because Sheamus and Cesaro should not be looked at as jobbers. These are two wrestlers that have great resumes and their matches speak for themselves and their rivalries. So they should not be looking so weak. Every week they're losing. I think they lost to the Hardys, they lost to DIY, and then this week they lost to Aleister Black and Ricochet. And Ricochet and Aleister Black, they're in the Raw Tag Team title match. So why are they on SmackDown fighting in their division? They're fighting for Raw's Tag Team Division's championship. So why are they over here? Why is it? We're doing a brand split, right? This is the brand split. Why are there superstars appearing on both shows? You have Charlotte and Becky appearing on both Raw and SmackDown. They can show up whenever they want. Everybody has the John Cena contract low-key now. What's up with that? The John Cena contract has been given to everybody, so it just doesn't make John Cena feel any more special because John Cena was the only person that has the free agent contract. So everybody free agents now. Everybody can just appear. What happened to the brand split? Keep the brand split alive. There's one gripe with that, man. But the bar, they should be broken up. Cesaro needs that one big singles push that we've been clamoring for. We want Cesaro to shine before he's done in the WWE. Sheamus, this guy's no slouch. Sheamus should not be jobbing. Every week he's losing. Sheamus should be winning. He should be he'd be fighting for singles championship, the heavyweight championship. Cesaro should be fighting for the heavyweight championship. Imagine him and Daniel Bryan for the WWE title. That I can get behind because I know that would be a kick-ass match. Start booking the revival. The revival. Start booking the bar right. The revival too. So we have Naomi, right? Naomi, she loses in seconds to Mandy Rose. This I have a big problem with. So we're just going to forget about Naomi being a two-time SmackDown Women's Champion. And now she's getting jobbed out to Mandy Rose. Yeah, it was a little of a distraction. But she's just losing so easily. I don't think the match was even 3 minutes. And she just loses so easily to Mandy Rose. They could have... Why couldn't they just get a jobber for Mandy Rose to beat up? Sally Sue from down the street. To job out to Mandy Rose. What is up with that? What is up with that? Like, why is Naomi losing so easily to Mandy Rose? And then you have Asuka comes out. You know, she takes out both Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville at the top of the stage. But it's just like, what did that really do? What did that really do? It did more damage to Naomi. Naomi should be out there winning as well. Booked right. fighting for the championship, not losing in seconds to Mandy Rose. Naomi's one of the best women's wrestlers out today. That's family right there. And I'm not just saying that because that's family, but that is. But that is true. She is one of the best. She's no slouch. She's no slouch. So, whoo. Oh my God. They better start treating the family right, man, because I'm just not with that. I'm just not with that. It's just book her correctly. Book Naomi correctly. Losing out there to Mandy Rose in seconds. Like, what's going on with that? AJ Styles and Randy Orton, they're gonna have their little rivalry come WrestleMania time. That this should be a dope match come WrestleMania. I can get behind this. I feel like this is gonna be one of the sleeper matches for WrestleMania. People gonna sleep on this match. I feel like this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Randy Orton and AJ Styles. Just know that there's gonna be an RKO out of nowhere somehow on WrestleMania. It's probably gonna be how Randy Orton wins. He's gonna hit the RKO out of nowhere. Maybe if AJ Styles does a 450 into AJ Styles. No. If AJ Styles does a 450 into Randy Orton and then didn't get caught in the RKO, that'd be some sexy stuff right there, man. That'd be pretty good. But yeah, they had a quick little exchange backstage, and basically Randy Orton just burnt the hell out of him, man. But yeah, that rivalry should be coming soon. More details on that when this rivalry develops more. Then we have the last segment of the night. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Now, Charlotte calls out Becky Lynch. They come out there, they have a little exchange, and they get Charlotte cheap shot Becky, and they're fighting, right? So Becky Lynch, the person who got destroyed the night before, beat up ribs, she's hobbling. Worse. She's worse. Her injury's not getting better. It's getting worse. She's hobbling. Just hobbling. And it's just like, when is she going to get out of this crutch? I already know the story of the match this Sunday is going to be her knee. The knee. Oh, I'm just going to be annoyed with the whole knee. I just already got Michael Cole and Corey Graves' voice in my head talking about Becky Lynch's knee. But anyway, Charlotte does a cheap shot on Becky Lynch. And this is not believable at all. So you mean to tell me Charlotte Flair, somebody that's one of the best women's wrestlers out today, can't beat up a half healthy Becky Lynch, who's hobbling and got beat up by Ronda Rousey the night before? But somehow, some way, Becky Lynch puts Charlotte Flair into this armor, and we're supposed to believe that Charlotte on two good legs got beat up by Becky Lynch, who's hobbling? And I love Becky Lynch. I'm a Becky Lynch fan, but that's not believable. So she got beat up the night before by Ronda. And next thing you know, she's beating up Charlotte the night after. Is that really even believable? Is that really believable? Can y'all really sit there and think for a moment and just say, hey, I really believe that? It doesn't make sense. Becky Lynch needs to get off this damn crutch, and I already know that they're going to be playing that into the match this Sunday, and it's just like, I'm just ready to be annoyed by hearing about the knee. But yeah, so we have that was about the last segment of the night. Becky Lynch somehow, some way looks strong and beats up Charlotte, and we go into Fastlane this Sunday. So I gotta scramble through this real fast because I'm like sort of running out of time. I gotta end early today, but I want to get through the Fastlane predictions. So not that many matches, so I guess we'll get right to it. So we have Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship. I'm going with Daniel Bryan to retain, and I have Sami Zayn returning and screwing Kevin Owens out of the championship. That's my prediction. Sami Zayn returns and screws Kevin Owens, his best friend, out of the championship. Because they had to flip storylines around. What are they going to do with Kevin Owens? Because he was supposed to have the title match at WrestleMania. They got to have something big for him. So I would have Sami Zayn come back, like I said in the first show. Or did I say the last show? The last show. I would have Sami Zayn come back, and then you have him screw him out of the title. So that's my prediction. Daniel Bryan retains the championship due to outside interference from Sami Zayn. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. I had this ending in disqualification with Becky Lynch getting disqualified. No, Charlotte Flair getting disqualified, making Becky Lynch getting inserted into the match. I would have Ronda Rousey come out and start beating up Charlotte, which will trigger the disqualification, and that will automatically insert Becky Lynch into the match. Because why would you have Becky Lynch who's been injured these past few months, hobbling, beat up Charlotte Flair clean, who's on 2 good legs? That doesn't make sense. So what I would have do is have Ronda Rousey come out and just beat up Charlotte and just say, you know what, I can beat up both of y'all. Like she said in her promo, she said she can beat up both of them basically at the same time. So I'm quite sure Ronda Rousey's gonna want to prove it. I have Ronda Rousey come down there, beating up Charlotte, which triggered the disqualification, and Becky Lynch get inserted into the match at WrestleMania, making it a triple threat. The Shield versus Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley. The Shield. Do I have to debate this even more? The Shield. Roman Reigns, he's coming back from leukemia, after leukemia remission, and he has to look strong. Seth Rollins has to look strong, and I'm quite sure they're going to want Dean to look strong. Shield is winning. They just got back together. I don't really need to elaborate too much on that. The SmackDown Women's Championship, Asuka versus Mandy Rose. I have Asuka retaining the championship. Asuka retaining the championship. And I don't really have her losing to Mandy Rose. That doesn't make sense. Mandy Rose walking into WrestleMania as champion, that doesn't scream WrestleMania to me. I'm sorry. No offense to Mandy Rose. She's getting better. She looks hot, but she doesn't scream WrestleMania right now. My family. Them Thug Usos, man, Thug Usos, Jimmy Thug, Uche Thug, Us, down since day one, that is me, baby. Jimmy Thug, Uche Thug, Us, fighting The Miz and Shane McMahon. I have the Thug Usos, Jimmy Thug, Uche Thug, Us, winning, carrying those belts into WrestleMania so they